Leslie van Oostenbrugge, it is such a pleasure to connect with you in celebration of your first book, Emotional Alignment is Easy. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
These are
I'm
exciting
thrilled.
times.
Yes, I'm thrilled.
Well, congratulations on your book going to #1 on Amazon right out the gate. That's pretty huge.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, who would have thought about this?
Well, I'm very happy for you and so excited that we get to share this amazing day with the world because this is a very unique book. I don't know any other dentists out there who act like you or talk like you or think like you. And so to have your wisdom in 400 pages of this book is quite a big feat.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what was your inspiration for bringing together the law of attraction plus holistic dentistry plus inspiration?
Well, the law of attraction came to me because I hit rock bottom in, I think, 2011. I was financially in such a debt, and I was starting my new office, and I had a lawsuit going on because my colleague dragged me to court. And I came into my office every Monday morning crying. I was like, how am I going to cope with this financial debt? And I love my job so much, and it pulled me through. And then at one morning when I came in my office, I was like, there's got to be a different way. And then suddenly this voice came through me. I don't know. I was like, am I here? Who's standing behind me? Who is this? And I immediately knew somehow it was source or God or, you know, and it said, you have to read. Well, reading is one of my hobbies, so I was like, okay, I will read. And immediately I knew what book I had to read. So when I came home, I ran up the stairs and I got this book out of from the shelf, and it was Rhonda Byrne's book, The Power, and I started to read. And every page I turned, I was flabbergasted. I was crying. I was like, this is it. And I started to realize or to learn to know that we come from source. We are nothing but energy, and money is energy. And this book changed my life around.
Now, did you already have the book? So you said it
Yeah,
was in your house, but you
yes,
hadn't read it, you hadn't applied these principles before.
no,
Ah.
because we always procrastinate. We always are like, oh yeah, I'll read tomorrow. And I had three young kids at the time, so not really time to read. And but I knew I had to read this book. My assistants had given me the book like 3 years prior to that moment, and I just knew I had to read that book. So, and it really turned my life around because I started to apply every principle what was in there, and
So,
it works.
and it works. The law of attraction works. So what happened then with all of the debt and all of the confusion with your former partner in the business?
Well, I started to to put my alarm clock at 5:30 or 6 in the morning, and I would say my thank yous. Thank you for this brilliant day. Thank you for me being alive. Thank you for my health. Every morning my gratitudes. and I started to see money as energy. So when paying my bills, although I was in such a debt, the bills which I could pay, I paid them with gratitude. I even wrote on the invoice, "Thank you very much for your service." And every time when I had a client, "Thank you for this client." And I did this every day, every day, every day. It starts out with 1 minute, then it starts out with 5 minutes, then it starts out, eventually you can do it every day. And then I noticed money coming to me, with a simple free cup of coffee, or even a bill I didn't have to pay, or invoices which were, which I didn't have to pay at all, or taxes I didn't have to pay at all. It's amazing. But you've got to do the work, not just read, but you've got to do the work every day.
And that's usually what most people complain when they talk about the law of attraction. They hear people creating vision boards or doing affirmations and expecting things to just come without doing the work
Yeah.
of applying gratitude, really tuning in. And so you got yourself out of debt.
Yeah.
And let's move a little bit into your business because, first and foremost, you are a holistic dentist, which is very different from regular dentistry. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I see when my client comes in, I don't just see a bunch of teeth. I see the whole person, because your teeth are connected to your body, and your body, it's connected to source. So when you're in stress, or tired, or don't feel well, I can tell by looking at your gums. And I will ask my client, "Oh, are you really doing okay, like you're telling me, or because your gums are really red, it's bleeding?" And eventually they will tell me what's going on in their private life. But as a dentist, you have to give people room to talk to you. You have to take the time. They will eventually tell you things, and you're a team. So you and I will make the best of it for your teeth.
One of the other things that is very different about what you're doing with your dentistry practice is you're also helping clients not just improve their gum health and their preventing cavities. You're helping them understand the link between their lifestyle, their thoughts,
Yeah.
their stress level, and their health. When did you start to notice that there were emotional things that were driving teeth health and gum health and oral health in general?
Well, pretty in the beginning when I had my own office. But you have to, as a dentist, well, I'm a person too, with all my flaws and um, my self-esteem in the beginning, and you have to be strong enough. I don't know how to say this, but to eventually tell people the things, or ask them, and then to try to change their behaviors around. Do you know what I mean? Their habits. And so when I, had this practice for many years, I, applied these things because I felt very secure in my job. So when you're secure as a dentist, as a person, there it starts, and then you can be more secure as a dentist, and so you can convince people that it's better for you to break some habits.
And so now that your book is out and number one on Amazon, what are you really hoping that people will do with this? And how would you describe the book? Because it's not just a book about dentistry, you're weaving in law of attraction. How do you want to describe what this book is?
This book is about showing you, and everybody who reads this, to when showing you to, if you apply these things I write about, you will see your life change. You will see your gums improve because you now choose to live a better life, not work like 100 hours a week and don't have time to brush your teeth, and not like, being scared for the boss and have this stress, or stay in this marriage and have another 20 cavities. Choose the life you really want to live, and not the life who somebody else wants you to live. And there has been a lot of books written about how your body responds, but not a single book I've noticed about how your teeth respond, because your teeth are living parts of your body. They have blood vessels and nerves, so, people can get on your nerves.
So you're saying that people can cause you tooth pain?
Yes, they can. Because if you have stress, many people grind, and this can really cause toothaches. And that's a point I write about in my book.
Yeah.
And many people still are like, huh, I didn't know. New clients, I didn't know this. So for me, it became clear that many dentists don't tell clients about this. They just fix the problem, problem fixed, and then see you next time. But that's not the way to do it.
Yeah. Well, I noticed in the book you have a lot of illustrations and these funny kind of drawings explaining what bacteria are doing in our mouth and how they affect the teeth. So I get that you're really a teacher. You really want to empower people to
Yeah.
understand how all of these things work.
Yes. It's it's just so simple. It's so simple, but many people think like their teeth are, don't belong to themselves. They're out of reach, out of touch. Like, if you can't. Oh, I can't help it when I have a cavity, but you can. It's this easy, no sugar, no bacteria, good cleaning, no cavity. This simple.
I love it.
Yeah.
And so you're also ready to do workshops and speaking engagements to really share this message of positivity and alignment, right?
Yes, very much. Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what else is next for you now that this book is finally out into the world?
Well, next is, I think I'm going to get a lot of reactions like I've already did. And, I want to help people, which I'm already doing by Skype, through Skype sessions, and, help them to let them have healthy teeth. In any which way. You can reach me through Skype, you can reach me by through this book, and ask your questions, and I'll help you, I'll answer them.
And have you noticed any pushback or reactions from other dentists? Because with your approach being so open about what other dentists are not telling their patients, have you noticed any reaction?
No, not yet, because many of the dentists, I don't really work with them because I have a solo office, solo practice. uh, I don't really talk about it much, because you have to have the right environment in which you are. If you want to share, you're free to share. How do I say this? You're willing to share. And there are many dentists who just, drill a hole in your tooth, just throw in the filling, and that's it.
Yeah.
And so it's tough for me to still sometimes talk about my way of work.
And so you're based in the Netherlands. Has this trend arrived there where people are not using all of the various metal fillings or are actually removing metal fillings that cause all the toxicity that we're hearing a lot about in the United States?
Well, I don't use the metal fillings, and I think less and less dentists use it over here. Um, but I think still there's way too much drilling going on in many offices. You know, as compared to my vision is, yeah, of course we do make X-rays, and you can, compare the X-rays from now and 2 years ago. Okay, do I have to fill this cavity? No, because many cavities can stay like this in for maybe like 10 years or so. It's the monitoring you have to do as a dentist.
Really?
Not,
Yeah, I
yeah, not
figured if you saw one little dot of black or whatever, that eventually
no.
those bacteria are going to just eat through the teeth.
No, it's because if you don't eat the sugars and clean very well, this doesn't need to happen.
Wow. Okay. Well, I
Yeah,
learned something new as well.
yeah, yeah,
Well, congratulations. I think people are going to be very surprised. Not only will they be empowered with their own health and their oral health, but all
yeah,
of the positivity that you're weaving in from not just what you learned from that one book, but for all of these years now that you have
yeah.
been practicing the law of attraction and the laws of the universe to
Mhm.
improve your financial situation, your sense of happiness, and your sense of purpose. I think when people get a hold of this book, Emotional Alignment is Easy, they are going to be very surprised and very empowered.
Yeah, I hope so, truly, yeah.
Well, Leslie, it's a pleasure to connect with you. I want to encourage our audience to visit Leslie Van Oostenbrugge online. You can go to theawakeningdentist.com. And of course, the website will be listed in the description of this show and this video. Well, until we meet again, my dear friends, please remember that you are a gift to the world. So share your presence with passion. Much love.
Thank you. Bye bye.